We're rolling. Okay, great. This is update number 2. We've mainly been focusing on the first-person shooter version of the level, which Grant is going to explain what we're doing.
Well, this week, which we didn't start. We're trying to get the actual content for the level, which is the buildings, the roads, basically the whole level. And what we're doing is we're creating them, and we're going to build it together like Lego. So it will be, first we'll start with the roads. We've got a couple of different roads interchangeable. Then the buildings, and then on top of those buildings we'll add things such as wires, fuse boxes, aircon units, to make each building seem different, and really it's all coming from the same 4 or 5 pieces. And we're currently working on getting them properly into Unreal and working. Which will, it shall be done. It will more or less be done by the end of today.
Cool.
Well, we've got to give Unreal points for trying, but collision detection is not ideal.
At one point we had a model where if we tried to change the collision at a certain point, it would just go.
Because the best example we have is the T-junction, yeah? It works with the pavements perfectly, you know, you can step up on it, you walk to the middle and you fall through it. There is a hole in the middle of the box.
Ah, okay.
And Unreal is too retarded to work out why. So.
Okay.
You should have seen.
Huh?
That's a more scene. A couple of points because that will come with the previous one.
Yeah, that will kill the public on camera.
I'm sure the camera can't hear what he's saying.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Moving on.
Your turn.
What have you been
Back to the flight aspect level type area of the game. I can't remember exactly what I said I was doing last week, but so far this week, since the last video diary, I have spent a lot of time on the gameplay level trying to get it to work, and I've had a breakthrough today. I finally got it so that we can go into the game level itself and have content on the screen, 3-dimensional content on the screen, rather than a big blank wall or just text representations. There's a current issue with some of the models not being shown, which is annoying because we need them shown and I can't figure out why they're not being shown. Going into the code and that, there's no evidence of why they're not actually visible on the screen, but there are models there that we can use, and all I pretty much need to do now is get an actual level made into a coded file so that we can load the level itself and then add proper interaction to the player models so you can fly around. And then we have to do the collision detection, but that should be easy enough.
We then had a big argument about controls.
Oh yeah, we spent about an hour earlier trying to figure out the best kind of control map for the keyboard and mouse for PC.
And we had a bigger argument.
Well, the way I've created it is pretty much using an Xbox controller as a base map for all the buttons, and then finding the keyboard and mouse alternative for the controls available. It was easier to do it that way than just add random controls for Xbox and then another random set for PC, so you got a proper map between them. But the difficulty of deciding which buttons we want to do, which actions we have defined.
3ds Max is very, very special. True Space is very, very special. My objects are very, very special.
Don't forget Unreal.
And Unreal is very, very special.
It's all a special time.
Yeah. Basically, my objects are not going very far, very fast. I've neglected my texture work. I've neglected to really give a crap about, I suppose, model quality. We did get an animation going. I'm not sure if it plays.
We didn't get an animation going.
We didn't?
I didn't get that far. Remember, I was still kind of concentrating on getting the content on the screen rather than making it fancy and do its thing.
Oh.
That's easy to do.
Well, we haven't got an animation going then.
We have defined animation within the model.
Yes, but I don't
We
know
just
if
haven't had the code to actually activate the animation yet.
Do I know if it's exported though?
Oh yeah, because TrueSpace is
Special. Right. Well, the objects I've got so far are one road piece. We've now had to split the road up into a road piece, pavement, corner piece, pavement, T-junction, pavement, cross piece, pavement. We've got 3 different types of wires, a connector piece. We've then got a fuse box, aircon. We've then got 5 odd different types of buildings. We've got 2 tops, 1 generic middle, another not so generic middle, another not so generic middle, and 1 generic building base. We've got fences, 2 different types, which don't work with collision detection. And we've got, what else have we got? A ladder.
Aircon.
Set the aircon.
Fuse box.
Set the fuse box.
Just like to note, this is all the models for the
first person section. The level probably isn't going to be as big as we first planned, but I also need to make big islands and textures, which shouldn't take too long, thanks to a new program that's special. It's Sculptress, and you can create a texture, then import it into Sculptress, and then paint over it as you would with a normal sculpture, and then export it again with all the normals, the bump maps.
I think Steve's defining programs as special because he hasn't quite worked out how to use them properly.
No, they crash.
Oh, if they crash, then you're not using
They
them.
crash. They burn.
You also didn't seem to be that happy to talk to each other.
Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah, well, exporting models from something like TrueSpace, because it's quite old in comparison.
It doesn't help when Unreal talks down to you. Did you remember to set the object and the materials? Question mark. Yes, I did. Right.
Exporting the actual models you've made in TrueSpace to a usable format for like XNA and then Unreal. They all have their own kind of definitions of what they find acceptable. So,
and speaking of what's acceptable, we probably won't have fantastic graphics with the XNA version because we can't do, what's it called? HLSL?
The HLSL, higher something rather language. It's it's used for specular and bump and all the kind of more interesting maps. I'm not saying I can't do it, I'm just saying at the moment I can't do it. I will be able to do it at some point later down the line, but it's not important at the moment because we still don't have an actual working scene properly.
We've also got soundtracks coming out of our ears, we've got sound effects coming out of our ears, and we have...
Oh, I forgot. I didn't know if I put this in the last video or not, but we have actual audio on the menu system now.
And it looks pathetic.
Yes, there's about a 0.2 second delay between the looping. I'm not sure if that's something I can change in my code or if it's just something we have to live with. But I spent more time on the menu system after saying I wasn't going to spend any more time on it. It's kind of the general point there.
Our class. Next week we should have at least one street done.
Yes, yes we will.
One street done, probably not textured, that depends on how lazy I feel. By next week, what can you get done?
By next week, we should, I state, should have an actual visible level that you should be able to fly around if I can get the user input controls finished. But the level itself, all the objects, scenes, whatever else, we should have that done. Yeah, well, somebody doesn't really know what they're doing with the models, objects, and everything about the actual level itself, so
that helps.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm done.